qualified for the PGR.
Yeah.
We have 38 right now.
Yeah, I saw that. And we still have a year ahead of us. There's this crazy event happening here tomorrow. I don't know if you guys know about it. Major upset.
What is that?
Yeah, the first time I'm hearing about it a few minutes ago. And like so many talented players are in this region that don't necessarily travel out that much. And I think that's kind of like a big deal for a lot of these like major tournaments is that there's just so much potential to see new faces. And right now, I've seen some familiar faces here for the Pacific Northwest, as well as MFA with Olimar, a character I don't really get to see a whole lot.
Not many people get to see Olimar. I mean, Olimar is one of those characters that basically, like, all the good players are like the buzz and then insert player here. But I know MFA is a killer down in California. Is that correct?
NorCal, yeah. MFA was actually able to beat Zomba
That's a
2-1 to make it out. It was actually a run back all the way from the pre-local at Double Down, where Zomba was able to eke it out there. And Omar's like, this is like one of the few, like, this is like what, there's like a character in this game where you don't want to face in pools. And Omar's like one of those characters because it's like so hard to like understand and keep manage of like all the different, Pikmin, exactly what they do, and as well as all of our players, their ability to just kind of switch it up on the fly, and there's so many threats you have to keep in mind. And MFA has been one of those like more consistent Olimar players that have been keeping their ties on, like you said, to Buzz earlier and Shuton as well, kind of the ones that are the stakeholders on this one. And everyone knows JoJoDaHoBo. I mean, it's a staple player.
As someone might put it, your typical fool's Toon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the things that I like about the PNW is that we have an immense amount of like great tunings. We have JoJoDaHoBo, Cattail, and a couple others, and my goodness, is JoJo one of the best ones. But of course, right there we see MFA getting that blue and throwing him straight up into the sky.
It definitely makes me wonder. Like, I know that MFA might have some Toon Link experience, but in terms of, as I was saying, we don't get to see a whole lot of Olimar in the PNW. Last time I looked at, like, in terms of characters, we don't actually really have an Olimar rep at all.
I think that's a good thing. I mean, like that little guy, I do not like him. That big nose and that small little guy can throw so much stuff at you. It's like, I don't really want to be here if he's going to throw
He
all
looks
this stuff
like
at
he
me.
might be up to something devious, man.
He's an
Is
absolute-
he really the protagonist, or is he really the villain?
I don't really think he's anything. I think he's an NPC and he's just here to have fun.
Bro, I'm
But,
just seeing animal abuse right now, bro. He's just throwing these things left and right.
I mean, are like Pikmin really animals?
or are they plants?
Who knows? Who knows at this point? But again, MFA is doing a really good job with a pretty quality lead right there. Having only 80%. Now, Olimar is a really, really light character. So, I mean, who knows right here? He could run away with a lead. But again, he's very light. So, JoJo could get something going here. But it doesn't really think it's working out.
You're talking about light. Well, Toon Link is right there. And at least JoJo can try to get with like a confirm, but like, yeah, whistle armor to get through. Those mechanics that
So tough.
you get hit by it once, you're like, wow, that's stupid. And it's also stupid that one, that a little bit of more DI coming into play. But MFA staying true to it, does an amazing job controlling that match. It was like a nice even at the start, but honestly, MFA got that one stock lead, and if you ever get hit by Olimar up smash into up air, into up air, into up air, you're like, oh wow, that's 60%.
Oh shit, I'm at 80.
And then the
How is
Pikmins
it
keep
going?
coming in, the time keeps ticking, and the damage keeps coming.
It's like Shrek opened somebody. The door kicks down.
Just letting him in that swamp per se.
It's like Tyler won.
Get this off me.
Bro, if I had one of those things on me, I'd be terrified.
Oh yeah, because they are all over your body.
Like, look at those.
And they're like inconsistent to take off. Like some hitboxes just don't work.
Really, it's like kind of crazy because like Olimar really like he just throwing bedbug at like a whole bunch of bedbugs at you, and that's not fun to deal with in any situation. Bedbugs are very, very scary, and they just look stay on you, just taking bites out of you, taking all the blood and sucking him dry. I hate that. Well, normally I would enjoy that, but in this
Now,
case,
hold on
no.
a minute.
Wait up.
Wait a minute, and that whistle is coming into play a lot. I mean, especially against like these projectiles, if he gets a well-timed whistle and he throws in any of these Pikmin, that's a lot of damage that he's gonna get at any point. So it's kind of tough to see or what's going on right now because really those Pikmin can basically run as projectiles and as very very good like melee options. But
that was an armor that just came out there, saved MFA from losing that first stock, and suddenly MFA not really having the lead as much. We saw in the beginning.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
that purple Pikmin is so good. That little fat boy can really run a little bit with it.
Yeah, man. Oh, you missed the second up smash. You're at 68% already from these few interactions. Make sure not to get spiked there. Really good bomb coverage on that one. But MFA is just on top of it. Finally able to make it back, thankfully. But 135% does get the grab, but no kill throw available. So Olimar's going to be living, and that's a huge problem. That purple Pikmin, you got to be real careful, and that down tilt as well. Bomb finally coming into play, but JoJo's got to finish it, and finally does.
Finally getting the catch with that up smash, doing the damage there. But now we need to see how JoJo can come back because those projectiles will not work against those Pikmin. I mean, we've been seeing this whole match. He's throwing stuff, and he's just throwing his soldiers at him, and soldiers going down, but he just getting new ones. Like, my goodness, this is a war of attrition by definition. And really, we need to see what JoJo needs to do because, as we know, Toon is not a character that's very good at coming back.
Well, agreed to disagree. I feel like this character has some really explosive elements. Funny enough, does have a bomb as a part of their toolkit. But at 134% is very scary for JoJo, and I don't know what the plan was there, but has been able to kind of get a little bit of footing here and there, but it's just scary. You're dealing with a character with just so much, like you kind of get out projectile by Olimar.
The damage percentage that like MFA can put on at any time is insane. And really, he doesn't have to go for any options. He can just throw stuff. I mean, he was at like 80%, and within like a good 15 seconds, oh my goodness, he was at 162.
Yeah, man, smacking away 177%. I mean, MFA's not too upset about it. It's just like, yeah, one small, even an F tilt at this point will kill, and just searching for the strong answer. And there we go, able to respond 85%. Now, all JoJo needs to do is to avoid getting hit up with that up smash, because we saw what happened last time in the last game, in the last stock, and MFA knows that and just continuing on forward, and I love that. You know, it's always that general hole you don't want to throw or grab with purple Pikmin, but the thing is that when you become in the mix-up game with Olimar, you realize that, hey, sometimes that throw is useful and your opponent isn't expecting it, so you got to mix it up with the options. But JoJo able to finally come back with it, you know, but taking plenty of damage in return. It's like in a blink of an eye, like a Pikmin will just eat right through a projectile, and then MFA will throw a second one that hits back into disadvantage. Now JoJo getting these projectiles down, plenty of damage.
That's a lot of damage coming in right there. I mean, like, literally, MFA is literally a swarm of mosquitoes thrown him in, and I'm not seeing any bug spray from JoJoDaHoBo. Right now, a sizable lead, but again, Olimar is really, really, really small. He's a really tiny guy, but again, how is he going to get in? JoJo cannot really get in against all this pressure. Ooh. And just like that, a lightning will take him out. That is the game right there. No.
So it is best of 5.
Okay.
So it does have one more chance to possibly bring this back. I feel like JoJo has been doing a good job at adapting, but MFA has been really having that upper hand.
The only problem, like right now that I'm like releasing with JoJo, is that he's relying on just raw hits to kill. He's not getting any of his kill streams at all for Toon Link, and that's very, very discouraging if I'm the Toon Link right now. But again, it's JoJoDaHoBo. He's cracked, so let's see what he can do going into game 3.
I mean, I'm also like kind of questioning like potential stage pick as well, because I feel like that. Yeah, I mean, it's giving JoJo more opportunities to get projectiles out, but it really feels like the trend so far, MFA's winning the projectile battle because of the ability just to able to pump out more Pikmin, interrupt all the projectiles, and if it lands on top of JoJo, all of a sudden there's damage over time ticking away at you, and that hurts a little bit. But JoJo, if they're able to find those clean hits, then they can start doing something.
Oh, 100%. I couldn't have said it better myself. And right now, you were seeing a little bit of that tick damage happening there. I do think JoJo is doing a good job at keeping up the pressure. It's just really difficult because with Toon Link, you have a lot of these moves are kind of like 1 to 2 hits. You don't necessarily have these really good moves for getting Pikmin off you. And like we're seeing this tick damage, it just keeps on going. Luckily able to sneak in an up smash, almost able to take that stock, but not quite. But MFA just, you know, backing up, resetting the situation.
I mean, that's what Olimar does best. Hey, if I'm in a bad situation, oh, that's dead. That's so tough. That's so tough. Like he had a lot of momentum right there, and it's gone. But again, he gets one of those raw up smashes. But again, oh god, that's tough because JoJo could have gotten the lead right there, and maybe just kept some of the momentum, but tough. And now we're going to the same stock, and it's all tied up. It's tough.
It's gonna be rough indeed if like I said earlier, up smash lands, a grab, that's going to be easy, like 35%. Like, there's no give and take. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, you know? And Olimar's, you know, all the Pikmin are representing different stones on that gauntlet of yours. That's the real villain there, honestly.
When I think of Thanos in general, I think of Olimar with two purples, because those two purples, oh my goodness.
Oh, the Myron Zone?
Oh, the Myron Zone. You do not want to stay in the Myron Zone, because if you get close, you kind of explode. Again, this is the MFA zone, so, and really, I haven't seen him try to try to get
Jeez.
two purple, because like really what he's doing right now is just using the purple and then getting a different one and using him in that scenario and kind of like keeping him alive. Again, there's a lot of health out of Olimar,
But right now, having that purple Pikmin at deck here, we've seen it again and again. This is where MFA has just been able to steal stocks. And you can see MFA not even, you know, bothering to get other Pikmin, holding on to that purple Pikmin, wants to use that to possibly close out the stock. Does have the fire Pikmin no longer. Okay, just opted away, and, you know, it's just going back to that projectile game.
Once again, just kind of resetting back there. And what also, oh yeah, unafraid to, I love just unafraid to grab with any Pikmin, not just the blue one, but every single color is something you got to watch out for at MFA. Continue their pressure. Ah, the Myron Zone. I love this one.
we're finally in the Myron Zone, getting that
Wow.
back air, and just like that, the two purple.
No!
But he needs a different. Oh
no.
Purple, why? Purple.
It was for good luck. It was for good luck.
That's for good luck. But
Because you see, he's going to need it. He's going to need it right now.
Yeah, no, that was the Gamora.
that's
Like,
the
it's
Gamora,
looking
yeah.
scary.
The Gamora zone. I'm sorry, little one. But now we're getting into this third stock right now. I'm really liking what JoJo is doing with its aerials. Really using that Zare, because that Zare is doing. It's really, really good against any Pikmin, because if it's right there, that like Z drop is like a really, really good disjoint that can really take a lot of health out of those. Like right there, he's really doing damage to this Pikmin and making sure he can't keep the good ones on him.
Bro, he keeps on putting these Pikmin at the front line, and it's been helping out. He's not taking a lot of damage here. But, you know, JoJo keeps on going for these bombs, keeps on trying to beat Olimar at his own game, is in a really good spot here. Having this control of stage, ended up losing it there. MFA does a really good job at maintaining advantage.
Oh, yeah, and the bomb's going to explode. You have to be really careful. It has to burn the air dodge, so stuck in this disadvantage state. Tries to hard call it out, but was off on the timing just a little bit. MFA quick on the chase, but JoJoDaHoBo finding a little bit of breathing room, trying to get the conversions down, but once again, that whistle armor coming in to play like a stop sign. Can't even get the conversion and instant reversal.
My goodness. Like, are those whistles coming in clutch for MFA?
That's
had
it.
He
two,
doesn't need a whistle.
like, literally, of like those two whistles could have killed, and that electric not killing just yet. We're in a last stock scenario. Out of winner side for JoJo, not doing much yet, but he does have a bomb trying to get it, and just like that will kill right there. A swift 3-0 from MFA. I mean, we saw JoJo do well, but MFA just overwhelming him.
I wouldn't say it was super swift, but it definitely was very convincing in MFA's favor. It's hard to beat Olimar at his own game. I felt like Olimar just, you know, maintained control over the stage. JoJo was really just trying to like throw these bombs and projectiles, and the purple Pikmin are just able to eat those up, and it's just slowly it started to flow towards MFA's favor. And once he got there,